So if you realize we can factor that a little bit further, this is that difference of squares, which is actually right below it there, is if you stopped here, you'd be okay. It just wouldn't be the very final factored version. The thing is that, and again, we're going to talk about that right below here, when I have two things that are being squared and it's subtraction, we can do what we call difference of squares. And that's where it's the same terms, just opposite signs. So 4a to the second is going to be 2a and 2a. 1 is just going to be 1 and 1, but then we'll just do plus and minus. So technically, if we wanted to be completely correct, we would go that one step further. If you stopped at the previous step, you're probably still doing pretty well because obviously you factored by grouping. Most problems would stop right at this first one. Okay. All right, so our next one, our next type here, actually maybe let's do the difference of squares one right away because it's right there anyway, and we just talked about that. So this 9k to the second minus 25, those are both what we call perfect squares. So we do our two sets of parentheses. 9k to the second, the number times itself is 3 and 3. So 3k, 3k. We want to multiply to get 25. And we're going to do a plus and a minus. So that's that difference of squares factoring. Again, that's on our chart. Definitely putting an example on there of that of your note on your note card. All right, the next two types are both types of factoring when there's only 3 terms. So if there's 3 terms, it depends if there's a number in the front or not. So this first one here, this y squared is just by itself, so it's just going to be y and y. This is where we want to multiply to get c. But we're going to add to get b. So we're going to multiply to get a negative 20, but add to get a positive 8. So again, if you're not great at coming up with these factors, I make my list here, and there's only one of them that will add to give me a positive 8, and that's going to be my negative 2 and positive 10. And the last one, which is definitely the toughest one, that's that x factor. This is when there's not a GCF that I can take out and there's a number in front of the x squared. We have to do that splitting the middle of this. So what we're going to do here, so when I do this, I multiply that first and last term together. So that's going to be 56x to the second. On the bottom, I'm going to put this negative 57x. So I want to multiply to a positive 56, but add to a negative 57. This is one of the tough ones because I think this is an easy one to overlook or get confused because we're multiplying to get the top number, but adding to get the bottom. So 56 times 1 is a way to get 57. We want to get a negative, so they're both going to be negative. So we're going to use that to split this middle term up. Once we do that, then we're going to do grouping. So we're going to take out an 8x. I can take out a -1. And then we're going to rewrite this one more time. So that would be our factored version. Alright, so guys, I believe that's it for our factoring. Our last thing is our quadratics, which was one of the most recent chapters we'll do. We'll do that tomorrow. So we're gonna go through, we're gonna do 1 through 13, but I do have to tell you guys that the second half of 13 ends up on the next page. So I just wanna make sure that's clear. So it says, notice G through I on page 6. I do want you guys to get that far. So you guys include that as part of your work there.